Hello everyone, my name's Laeticia Sevin and welcome to the International Opportunities Podcast. This series will give you an insight into our students' first-hand experiences abroad, whether that be a study exchange or work placement. From Fiji to Canada, our students have done amazing things abroad and we want to showcase that to all of you. If you're thinking about going abroad for your studies or for work, then this series will hopefully give you some inspiration, tips and advice. Today I'm joined here with Sirag Benelhag in the studio. If you'd like to introduce yourself for us, please, Siraj.
Well, first of all, thank you, Laeticia, for having me here.
Thank you.
I'm very excited to be doing this. Well, my name is Siraj. I'm currently heading into my third year this September. I'm studying media and performance.
Nice. So firstly, can you tell us where you went for the study exchange programme and what you studied whilst you were there?
Yeah, so I went to Humber College, which is in Toronto, Canada, and while over there, I did TV, film and media production.
What motivated you to pursue a study exchange abroad?
I'd say there were many factors. One being I kind of just wanted to do something new. I felt a bit bored at home, because, I've been living in England for a long time, so I've been doing the same routine, I've been seeing the same places every day, so I kind of wanted to do something new and challenge myself and just see a whole new, different environment.
Definitely. Have you been to Canada before?
No, that was my first time.
Wow. Yeah. So what skills were you looking to develop or gain whilst you were in Canada?
I'd say personal skills such as learning how to live with myself because I was in residence there, so learning skills how to cook, use the washing machine, be proactive, meeting new people, making friends with them.
Do you feel like those skills have developed since you've got back?
I definitely think so, yeah. I think being over at Humber has made me more confident.
Yeah.
And it just taught me, just do this, do that, take a risk.
And have you lived independently before going to Canada?
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Just still living at home with my parents and brothers.
Yes. What were your expectations before going to Canada and how did the actual experience compare?
Well, I told myself, before I went, I wanted to, meet new people, engage with them, go out as much as I can, explore downtown Toronto, do all of that. And while there, I think I achieved almost everything, I made new friends. I was able to go to all these places that I've never been before. It was a very exciting experience.
That's brilliant. And how did you find the course there? Was it different from the course at Salford?
I'd say so, yeah, because over at Salford, I was I'm doing media and performance, but I mainly focused on the acting side of it.
Yeah.
But when I went to Humber, I managed to do film and media production, which is kind of iffy for me because I'd say using cameras, lighting is not my forte.
Do you feel like you've gained those skills since you were there?
Yeah, I think definitely doing that course over at Humber has made me more confident.
And what would you say is your favourite memory from Canada? It might be hard to pick.
All right, I'm going to pick this one because it was the last day of class and it was very memorable for me, and I'd say a lot of other people. But for the people listening in, this will be very weird for you.
Prepare yourselves.
Basically, I rubbed my teacher's head. He's bald. Yeah.
You rubbed it?
I did.
How did he feel about that?
Well, he was very confused. When I first asked him, he was like, okay. And then he just, slowly just, leant down his head and,
lowered his head.
Lowered his head. And I just, did it.
So I'm guessing you had a close relationship with your teachers then?
I think so, yeah. He also said that the only person to rub his head was his wife.
Oh,
yeah, so
wow. How do you reckon she felt about that?
I don't know. I wonder if he told her. So I'm basically on par with his wife.
She has some competition there, watch out.
And before that happened, I've been, I was telling my friends, I've been thinking of, asking him, can I rub his head? Can I touch his head? And, they were like, no, don't do it. That's just weird.
But you did it anyway.
I did it and, they all laughed and I was like, don't doubt me ever again.
You're a man of your word. Now, moving on. Obviously, going abroad, you face quite a lot of different challenges and difficulties. What would you say, apart from touching your teacher's bald head, were challenges that you faced during your time there, and how did you overcome them?
Thinking back, I actually don't even think I had any challenges, to be honest.
Did you not?
No, it's
Even
just
meeting friends or anything on
no.
the course?
I think that went smoothly for me, to be honest.
That's
Yeah.
amazing
I think
to hear.
maybe challenges were like, learning how to cook,
Yeah.
doing like washing your own clothes, but I think that went well.
Oh,
I will say though, I barely did cook, to be honest.
Did you not?
No, I didn't have the energy, Most of my classes, they finished at 8 o'clock.
Did you get a food voucher for the campus?
I don't think so, no.
No, did you
No.
not? Mm.
Yeah, so I just mainly ate from the cafe,
Yeah, fair enough. So how did you go about meeting people, and did you face any difficulties finding any friends or fitting in?
So before I went, Humber, the international coordinator, Patricia, she set up like this group chat for international students. And through that way, I was like, able to engage with them. And when I went to Canada, she set up this like welcome event. So, I was able to see them in person. I was
Wow.
able to interact, and which made it easier because one of the students, he also studies here at Salford. He does
wow.
film, Toby.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
and
I know
so
Toby.
that like made it easier to like interact with people. A lot of like in my lessons, like as the lessons that I went through, I was able to like engage with the people in those lessons,
Yeah.
just talk with them and just like easily make friends with them. And most of the people that were in my lessons, they lived on residence as well, so that made
bro.
it much more easier to interact with them
Yeah.
because like I would see them in the lobby, walk into the cafe.
Would you recommend living in the residency?
For me, yeah, I'd recommend it, especially like first timer.
Yeah.
It'd be definitely easier to make friends, talk with them,
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
like the comfort of having
Yeah.
everybody around you.
and plus your roommate as well. I
Oh,
made
yeah.
good friends with him as well.
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
good. Are you still in touch now?
I am, yeah.
Yay. So how do you think this experience has contributed to your personal growth and development?
I think it's definitely made me more confident because before, I'd kind of say I'm a shy person, especially when it comes to interacting and engaging with people. So
Yeah.
being by myself at Humber, it's made me come out of my comfort zone and made me more interact with, people, talk with them, engage with them. It's made me learn like skills, while living by yourself, how to cook, how to wash your clothes, be more proactive, go exploring,
Yeah.
and just do all of that. Yeah.
Brilliant. It's really good that you can come back and use all of those
Yeah,
skills at
it's
uni,
very
especially because you're going into third year now,
I am,
aren't you?
yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be able to use all those skills. How do you envision applying what you've learnt and experienced abroad to your future academic or career pursuits?
I would say one thing is networking
Yeah.
because, being in a film and media course, there's going to be a lot of people that will probably go into the industry. And so by networking, you're already going to have those contacts and, they're your friends. So if they're looking for someone, to act, to do photography, all of that, they'll, you can be in contact with them. They can ask you for that help.
Did you work on any sort of independent projects or student projects while you were in Canada?
I did not independent projects, but student projects.
Nice.
Yeah,
What kind of projects did you do?
So one of the first projects I did, it was called The Pursuit, and the whole concept was, let's say for example, character 1, he gets into a situation where like, for example, he steals something from character 2, and then character 2, he would be in pursuit of character 1 trying to take that thing away from him, and it was very fun when we filmed it. We had to go through like a lot of work permits, but once it got to filming it, it was very fun.
That sounds really fun.
But I definitely say one of my favorite projects I did was a documentary.
Ooh, what was the documentary about?
So we had a task where we were looking like in the Toronto area for someone like interesting, like maybe a store, a shop they have. And my group, we went for like there was this retro gaming store that I visited.
Ooh,
yeah,
cool.
and I found that very interesting. So we all went for that, and we just had a ton of fun filming it.
That's great. I bet you had so much to choose from in Toronto because there's so many quirky shops and
Honestly,
businesses.
We didn't have that much when we came
Did you
no, because we only had like 2 ideas.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So my idea was the retro gaming shop, and another person in the group, he had this like kind of like underground music club.
Ooh, that's cool.
But he was asking them if they were like interested, if they wanna be part of it, but they never replied.
Oh no,
Yeah.
got it. So what advice would you give to students that are considering a study exchange?
I'd definitely say if you're in a position where you're able to do it and you've been wanting to go to Canada or abroad just in general to study, just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
go get it.
Just take that risk.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Great advice. Now, finally, is there any important hint or tip that you have for any students who are wanting to go to Canada, whether that's about travel, accommodation, anything you think that they need to know before they go to Canada?
I definitely say just be proactive. Just go out there and have fun. Make as much friends as you can. Engage with them. Especially if you're gonna live on residence. Just go out there. Go to people's doors. Knock on them. Ask them if they want to do something. If you want to go somewhere, just be proactive as much as you can.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really good advice. And thank you for sharing your insights, experiences. It's just been so lovely talking to you.
Thank you for having me on here.
No, thank you very much. Now, if your listeners want to find out more about study exchanges or work placements, then please visit the Student Hub International Opportunities page, and you can find out about our drop-in sessions, application process, and partnerships. I'll make sure to attach the link to this podcast, but for now, we'll see you in next week's episode where we will be speaking to Josh about their time in Canada. Now, please like, share and subscribe to this podcast so you can hear more and we can spread the word about our international opportunities. We'll see you next time.
Bye.